So guys, it's Mr. Stark, and I'm trying to give a short video of services, and this is actually a commercial service right here at Porter & Chester. This is the main electrical room where the feeds from the street come in. What you're going to notice on here, if we stand back and take a really good closer look at this from my camera, the top of this, you're going to see that it's an old General Electric switchgear, probably from the original installation. It's labeled at 480 volts. If we open up this interior section, you'll see the, it's actually metered. There's transformers in there. We call them CTs. And if I was to open that up, which I shouldn't, I don't have any PPE on, but if I open that up, you'd see these big transformer type current sensing elements that are going across each of the phases that are in here. Down at the bottom, you can see that it's labeled Porter & Chester main breaker, and it doesn't look like a circuit breaker. It's got a handle, and you can notice at the bottom over here it says, to close and charge, rotate handle clockwise, counterclockwise, and return to horizontal position. Charged, closed position. Open switch by manual push button or electric trip, and there's your push button. Here's your lockable means. We're gonna lock that out. So we could dump power to the whole building with that one little switch. You can see that it's metered here, Porter & Chester. We take another scroll back at the nameplate, which I can't even see from down here. You could probably see it in my camera. You can see it says 277 volts. If you look up here, phases, 3-phase 4-wire, and the sectional lamps, 1200 amps. I don't know if you can see that. So we got a 1200 amp service. In all likelihood, if I was to open up the bottom of this, we'll probably see 3 parallel sets of conduits. 3 4-inch conduits would give me my 1200 amps, 500 kc mil. That would be a typical way of doing that. You can see we've got some old disconnect buckets in here. They don't really use these anymore. We're going to be using real gear with real circuit breakers, but those are disconnect switches, and they would have fed different things in the building. If we really look on the schedule, we'd see what they are. LPHA, spare, we don't know what those mean, but we could figure it out. If you take a look here on the bottom, somebody put duct tape, feeder pipes to all panel locations. So this used to be a Kmart. So back in the day, we would have conduits under the slab that would have gone to the different locations wherever those panels needed to be in those particular spaces. We come over here, we've got another section of this. Spare breaker, DP1, PP1, probably stands for power panel 1, T1, likely the transformer over here. We've got 480 volts that's probably feeding the primary side of this transformer. That transformer is stepping our voltage down to 3-phase 4-wire 208/120. So you notice that there's a nipple in here between the 2 pieces of gear. You've got 480 volts 3-phase, probably delta, coming into this transformer. That then steps this down to a usable voltage for lighting, 208/120. You can see the nameplate on here. We've got delta and Y. Typical to commercial installations. This is T1. And then we've got parallel feeders coming out of the side of the transformer. That's why the 2 conduits are there. That breaks this down to a usable voltage for this gear, which is 3-phase 208/120. And then if we really took this a step further, which we're going to on my next video, we'll see how Porter & Chester tapped into this feed into their electrical room, into our space that we're in now. You can see some of these conduits leaving out of the top of this trough. Some of these conduits go to different places, probably where we're going into the next electrical room on the next video. But just to kind of give you a bird's eye view of some old gear in an old electrical room, here it is. Got an owner's panel, and this is the backdrop of the main service room for Porter & Chester. Anything new would certainly look like it's circuit breaker style and be a little bit neater and cleaner. So that's that. Hopefully you got something out of this service gear so you can kind of really see what's happening. We can shut the door because obviously they don't want anybody in here. Electrical equipment, no admittance, and obviously only people that are skilled or qualified or competent individuals should be in here. And that's that. See you in the next video.